Today we are talking about percents as on page 63 in our math book, section 2.7, percent equations. So we're going to use this with our word problems as we go along. You'll notice at the top of the page you have percentage equals percent, percentage equals percent, and then times the base. Okay, so you're going to be filling in two of these three spots. The way I like to write it out to simplify it for students is blank equals blank percent of blank. And how I say it to students is if you have these two on one side, you're going to multiply. If you have these two items, you're going to divide. If you have these two items, you are also going to divide. And you're going to, this piece right here, A, is always going to be in the numerator if you divide. So you're going to do B times C, or A divided by B, or A divided by C. And you have to know your decimals. Like a percent is going to be 25% is 0.25. So you have to be able to change your decimal, your percent to a decimal, and vice versa. So that's a simplified part of things that we have done previously in class. We also have a word problem here that says 30 is what percent of 150? So according to our little chart, the 30 is the first piece, equals is, so is, and then it says what percent, so that is the thing you're trying to find, of 150. So that'd be times 150. So you're going to end up dividing 30 by 150. So 30 over 150 is going to be equal to, reduce the fraction, 1/5, and then you change that to a decimal, which is 0.2, multiply by 100, you get 20%. Okay, that's one style. And you have Macy was nominated for the All-State Volleyball team. She received 60% of the coaches' vote. If 20 coaches voted, how many votes did Macy receive? So in this case, we have the percent, which is 60%, and we have the number of 20 coaches voted. So 60% of 20, so that's 60 times 20. So that's going to be 0.60 times 20. And that turns out to be 12. So the answer would be 12 votes. And then you have another style where it says the 8th grade class saw 32% of increase in the last year. And if there were 16 more students this year, how many were there last year? So in this case, you're going to fill in the first one, which is 16, is, and you also have the percent, which is 32%, and you have the third piece missing. So you're going to divide 16 by 0.32. So when you divide that, you can set it up like 0.32 into 16. So in this case, you got to remember your decimal division rules. So you multiply by 100, multiply by 100, your decimal goes up here, and then you divide, divide these out, and you're going to end up with 50. So the answer is going to be 50 students. So anytime you're reading the word problem, you have to fill in the 2 of the 3 pieces in the above sentence. And then you have to remember how the decimal point works. If you have 32%, that is equal to 0.32. So when a percent word problem involves a percent increase or a percent decrease, it may be necessary to add or subtract the percentage from the original amount to get the final amount. Consider the word problems below. So what number is 50% more than 84? So you find out 84 plus, you find out half of 84 and then you add it to 84. So that would be 126. So sometimes you have to add the original amount to the one that you're looking for. Okay, so you have to read the problem. So number 1, you have 15% of 60. So that's going to be blank is what percent of blank. So in number 1, you have the percent, which is 15, and you have the number, which is 60. So if you have both of them on this side, that means you are going to multiply. So you just do 15% times 60, but that also means you have to change 15% to a decimal. And then you multiply that out. Number 3, you have 68 is 80% of what number? So 68 equals blank percent, 80%. No, in this case, you have the third piece is missing. So that means that you are going to divide. So 68 divided by point. In this case, you change the decimal, move it over 2 times to the left, you get 0.8. So now you have 0.8 into 68. And remember your decimal rules, multiply by 10, multiply by 10. 8 goes into 68 8 times. Then you get 40. Then you get 5. Okay, so that is that. All right, so like I said, you're going to go back, you're going to fill in 2 of the 3. If you have these 2, you multiply. If you have 2 of the other 2 pairs, you will divide. Okay, so hopefully that helps, and thanks for watching.